All right, all right. What's going on, fam? All right, this is Coach D coming at you, and we're here for another Ask Coach D session where you can, feel free to come on, ask some questions, what I'm saying, any type of questions that you have going on in your business, and we can get you some clarity. We're only here for about, 10 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and rock this out, or however long it takes me to get through this, all right? Okay, so first thing to do, once you jump on, put down in the comments, let me know where you're tuning in from, all right? No matter if you're tuning in from Facebook, no matter if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and show me some love. All right. Show me some love. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right. One of the things I wanted to talk about today is I wanted to talk about, what are the things that you dread most, when it comes to building your online business? What do you dread most? Like, what do you really dislike about it? Okay. I wanted to bring this to the forefront because there are some things that I've learned over the time that I've been, trying to build online, right? And building my business online. There's some things that I've learned, and hopefully all of you guys are learning some things as well, as it relates to, our mentality when we first start out, right? We have this, we have this thought process, right? We have this vision in our head of how things should be, right? And then we later find out, at least hopefully you find out, right, that a lot of the things that we thought it was one way, it really isn't that way, right? So I want to bring, because some of you guys may be going through some of these things, that I'm going to mention. So I want to bring this to you. So let me go ahead and jump into it. Like I said, once you jump on, let me know where you're tuning in from. Drop down below. Let me know where you're tuning in from. All right. So one of the things that we really kind of dread, if you will, when we're trying to build our business, right? One of the things we dread, and put down in the comments, I want to know your feedback as well. What do you really dislike about the task, when you're building your business online? One of the things right here, the lectures that we go to aren't entertaining, right? Have you ever, went and sat through, a lecture or a training or whatever the case may be, and you're like, man, I just keep getting off track, or maybe you just keep falling asleep or something. You know what I mean? Because you're like, man, it's just not entertaining, right? It doesn't hold your attention, right? I always think about sometimes when there's some trainings that I watch, sometimes I think about, there was a show, I think it was like Wonder Years, I think was the name of the show. And the people talking on that, it would be kind of like in monotone, right? You remember the commercial? It was the Visine commercial, and the guy was kind of talking in monotone, right? You know what I'm saying? Like all one level, and it's like womp 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 womp, right? You know what I mean? So it's like you can't really. Well, I'm gonna say you can't. A lot of times you don't really pay attention when the training is not entertaining, right? Okay. We get it. That's something that you might dread, right? Well, I want you to stick around to the end because we're going to talk about these things, but also we're going to talk about, thinking about them in a different way. Okay. Because here's the deal, guys. And I'll go through these one by one. All right. Now, while we may dread, trainings that are not entertaining, right? At the end of the day, we got to start thinking about, the people who we aspire to be, if you will, our best selves, what is it going to take for us to get to whatever level that we're trying to get to? Like right now, let's say maybe in your online business, you're making $1,000 a month, right? And let's say you aspire to make, $10,000 a month or 20,000 or whatever the case may be that you want to make, per month in your business, for example, right? Well, you got to start thinking to yourself, okay, self, all right now, right? You may say right now you're making $1,000 a month, or you may say right now you're not making anything right now. We all started at zero. Trust and believe, okay? We all started at zero, right? But you got to start being real with yourself. If you want to get further than where you are, whether you're at zero, whether you're at 1,000, whether you're at 5,000, you want to get to 10,000, want to get to 20,000, whatever, right? There are some things that the people who are winning, right? There's some things that we're doing, right? And it is different from what you originally thought it was. It's different from what I originally thought it was, right? I thought it was what you thought it was, right? I thought like, man, somebody's giving me a training, then, or a lecture or whatever. It needs to be entertaining. It needs to keep my attention, right? You know what I mean? If they don't keep my attention, I'm not watching, right? Nah, that's not how it goes. It's not their job to keep your attention. The ones who are worried about keeping your attention, I'm going to spill some tea. I'm going to spill some tea for you right now. The ones who are worried about keeping your attention are typically the people who already have said in the back of their mind that, oh, well, people, their attention span is the attention span of a gnat. They don't really pay attention. So you got to give them stuff in spurts, like 3-minute videos, 2-minute videos, right? And really, They don't even expect you to watch. They just expect you to keep buying stuff. They expect you to keep losing. It doesn't mean they want you to lose. Hear me. They expect you to keep losing, and they expect you to keep buying stuff, right? So they're content with kind of easing you, all right, with kind of babying you in a sense, as far as like, oh, well, I know they're not going to pay attention past 5 minutes, so I better not put anything past 5 minutes. Let me make it, nice and fun, right? You know what I mean? So in reality, they're not really helping you, but you don't know that at first, right? You think like, oh man, I like going to that person's training because they're so entertaining. They make it all fun. Now, some people are just naturally entertaining. Like me, I'm a character. I get it, right? You know what I mean? I'm a character, whether I'm on camera or not on camera. I like to laugh. I be laughing at myself up in here, okay? For real, right? So, but not everybody's entertaining. And the thing is, they don't need to be, right? What we need to do as the ones who are receiving the information, we need to keep showing up and receiving that information so that we can get better, all right? So that's one thing that we may not like. What about this? What about if there's many moving parts? Now, I've done it too, right? A lot of us, we were like, man, I don't know what that looks too confusing. That's too complicated. It's just so many parts, so many moving parts, right? To this, so many things to do, right? We say all of this, but then in the same breath, right? We're talking about that. Oh yeah, I want to retire. I want to make $20,000 a month. Meanwhile, on our job, we only making $1,500 a month or $2,000 a month on our job, right? You just saying, right? Meanwhile, we're up there crying that there's parts to this, right? There's parts to running your online business. There's parts to it. Whether you do all the parts yourself or whether you outsource them, it's still parts. I don't care what nobody trying to tell you. There's still parts to this, right? You know what I mean? There's moving parts to this, right? So a lot of times what people will try and do is they will try and appease us, right? And have us thinking it's just so simple. Just 1, 2, 3, and that's it. You know why they're doing that? I'm going to drop. I love spilling the tea, y'all. Like, I don't got no tea in this cup, but I'm going to spill the water up in here, right? I'm going to spill the water up in here. You know why they do that? Why they like to put things into it make like it's not a whole bunch of moving parts, make like it's just like 2, 3 steps, because it's what you want to hear. Right? It's not that they don't want you to win, right? So that's not it. It's because it's what you want to hear, right? They give it to you the way that you want to hear it, right? And then you're all happy that, oh, it's only 3 steps. And then you're wondering why that you're not having the same success that you see them having, because they're doing more than 3 steps. When they were in your shoes, they were doing more than 3 steps, right? There were other things that they needed to do, right, to be able to get things done until they could afford to outsource some of these things, right? Because maybe they already had a job paying them $100,000 a year, right? 6 figures, which is not a lot of money. But the point of the matter is, maybe they already had a job paying that. So therefore, they could use some of that money to fund their business. But perhaps you don't have a job paying 6 figures, right? Maybe your job just pays you $2,000 a month. There's plenty of people who work in the Carolinas, and that's how much they get paid, right? Because, you can afford to live. Right? I ain't say you can afford to live comfortably. I ain't say that. Right? But, think about it. If you make it $10 an hour, that's like what? $10 an hour times 40. That's $400 a month times 4. That's $1,600 a month. Yeah, there's a lot of people making $10 an hour in the Carolinas, right? You know what I mean? In other states too, right? So my point is, right? They will cater to you, saying and making it seem like it's not a whole bunch of parts that need to be done, right? Even though they, like I said, they had to do those parts that cater to you because they know you're going to keep buying. Did y'all hear me? They know you're going to keep buying because you're not going to get the full picture with that, because it is not their fault. It's our fault for thinking that way. Okay, so I'm not trying to blame people. I put the blame where it lies. We got to look in the mirror. Okay, and these are things that I had to learn, that no one, just came out and said, hey, D, this is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn this, right, by going through it and seeing what's what, and then understanding why, I wasn't taught it in many places, right? Because if they would have said it, then I would have been at that stage. I would have been like, man, I'm out, man. That's too many parts. I'm out. That's too many things I got to do. I'm out, right? And then they wouldn't have kept getting, the money of me paying for the thing, right? So they try and make it seem like it's not a lot of moving parts, right? So what do you do? What do you do? Understand that there's moving parts to your business. Understand it, right? Accept it, right? And power through it. Don't let it defeat you. Power through it. Let's talk about another one. How about this one? This is one that, I ain't even gonna lie, man. This one right here, training at odd times. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I went through this about, the 4th month of me being online. About the 4th month. That's when I started actually getting training, about the 4th month, right? And the fella that, myself and a lot of my still current teammates, we were learning from, he would do his trainings at as far as Eastern time, it'd be at 12 midnight. And I ain't even exaggerating. It'd be at 12 midnight. And, that was the time for the training. You know what I'm saying? And while, we're like, dang, man, we can't have to train at 6. You know what I'm saying? 7, But no, we had to train at 12 midnight. I guess that was the time that it was available for him. I don't know. So sometimes we wouldn't get off the train until 1:30 in the morning, right? Consequently, we all showed up, right? But here's the deal. We could have said, well, man, that training is odd hours, man. I'm going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just catch a replay or whatever the case, whatever you want to do, right? Or we could have just said it, we ain't going. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going. How many times has, the people that you're following, your coaches or your team or the company that you're, promoting or whatever, maybe they have trainings and it's at odd times. Now, I want y'all to think about something. Do y'all really think that the people who are seeing some type of increase in their business, to whatever degree, an increase is an increase. Okay, I don't care if you went from 0 to now you're making $10 a month. You saw an increase. You're going in the right direction, okay? But do y'all really think the people that are seeing some type of increase in their business, do y'all really think that every training that they go to or that they have been to, right, happens right on their time, right on their watch, right when it's convenient for them? Do you think that those people are not showing up to live trainings at odd hours? Let me drop some more water on y'all. They showing up or they did show up, right? They showing up or they did show up. As a matter of fact, I was going to the grocery store, right? I was going to the grocery store before I jumped on here, right? Well, I was at the grocery store before I jumped on here. Excuse me. And one of the trainings that I'm in, learning to trade or whatever, the person who gives it, they don't have a set schedule for when they give the impromptu trainings, right? I guess that's why it's called, well, I call it impromptu because it's not a set schedule. It's just at when it's convenient for them, right? Okay, cool, right? So they put in our little chat area that they were having a training, right? And they said, hey, who's going to jump on? I happened to see it 10 minutes after they posted it. And I was at the grocery store, right? As a matter of fact, I had just pulled up to the grocery store, and that's when I'm checking my phone when I pull up, right? Because I'm not checking it while I'm driving, okay? So I pulled up, and I checked my phone, right? And as I'm getting out of my car to go into the grocery store, and I saw that they had put the link in there 10 minutes prior to go to a training. Now, I could have easily said, you know what, man, I'm at the grocery store. I'm about to just, go in here, shop for my stuff or whatever, and I'll catch the replay, man, whatever. Or I'll just catch the next one. A lot of people do that, right? No, but you know what I did? I hit play, on, it was a Zoom. I, got on a little Zoom thing, right? And as I'm, in, because I'm out of the car now, right? But literally, I was at the grocery store probably for an hour and some change because I'm in the aisle, right? Off to the side, so I'm not, in anyone's way, but I'm in the aisle and I'm on my phone. You know what I mean? I got my earpiece on so nobody else can hear what's going on, but I'm listening to this training on my phone as I'm in the aisle. You know what I mean? Going, one of the aisles was the fruit area, right? I had to go and get some onions, right? I love cooking with onions and peppers now. So I had to go get some onions, right? So I'm up there where the onions are. I'm off to the side so I'm not anyone's way and I'm looking at my phone. And I'm listening to him. And then as he's saying things, I'm responding, right? I unmute myself. Yes, I understand. Yes, right? But my point is, right? Training doesn't always happen, right? Right when we want it to happen, right in the times that we feel are convenient, right? Do you really think that the people who are, being successful or seeing some type of level of success and increasing, learning, whatever it is, no matter if you're learning something, if they're increasing in their knowledge, you really think that they're only watching videos or attending trainings, right, on their time that's convenient for their schedule? You really think that? Drop some more water on y'all. Y'all gonna get wet today. Drop some more water on y'all. No, that's not how that goes. When you are trying to build up, right? When you're trying to build up, when you're trying to get somewhere, right? When you're the one trying to learn this stuff, right? When you're the beginner, if you will, and beginner doesn't mean you just started. Beginner just means, honestly, what beginner means to me is that you ain't made it yet. So a lot of us are beginners who you might not say you're a beginner, but you ain't made it yet, right? You ain't got that next level. So you're beginning this stage of where you're at. Just keep it 100, right? So you're not at that next level that you want to be, right? So, but yet you're going to talk about you want to go from making $2,000 a month at your job, and all of a sudden you want to make 20 grand a month on your business, but yet you talking about you're not going to attend a training unless it's convenient. Well, guess what? That 20 grand is never going to be convenient for you. How about that? Right? That's the truth. Excuse me. That people are not telling you, right? But, and that doesn't mean they're bad people. I'm telling you the reason why they're not telling you that. The reason why they're not telling you that is because as soon as they tell you, well, look, man, you know what I mean? You might have to attend some trainings that I have, you know what I'm saying? And you might be at a grocery store. I've had plenty of people, you know, be like, well, yeah, I'm going to catch the replay, D, because, you know, I got to go walk my dog, whatever, right? You know what I mean? Cool. I never, you know, tell anybody anything, whatever, you know, do what you do. But I'm just telling you guys the truth of what it actually takes to get to wherever you want to be, that next level from where you're at, right? It takes these type of things, like attending trainings at odd times, right? Yes, you plan to go to the grocery store. We at the grocery store, right? Okay, that's fine, right? You got a phone, right? Okay. Right? So I'm getting on that training because I needed to learn what the person was putting out, right? And I listened to the whole thing. I listened to the whole thing from start to finish to the said the goodbye, right? But I know, guys, and the things that I'm, you know, expressing to you guys and the things that I bring to you guys, you can always back test it, if you will. You can always see if it's true. How can you see if it's true? Look at the person's results. You can tell if you can tell who's putting in effort and, you know, this type of effort and who's not. Look at the results. Look at the results, man. You know what I mean? Look, is the person consistent on what they have going on, right? They showing up, you know, are they increasing from wherever they were? Are they increasing in knowledge, increasing in income? Because it's going to come, right? The income is going to come with the increased activity, the right activity, and the increased knowledge, right? You can see it for yourself. Right. So it's not like, oh, D, you just saying that, but I don't think it's true. Yo, all you got to do is watch my journey and you'll see it's true. Watch my journey from January 2018 when I started. In the first 90 days, I only made $9.24. Right. Like, seriously. But now you guys have seen me progress. Right. And this is not to toot my own horn. I'll pat my own self on the damn back. I don't care what you talk about. Right. But this is to let you guys know the truth of what it takes, guys. The real deal, the truth. To go from only making $9.24 in the first 90 days online, lights get cut off. Well, lights did get cut off. Ain't no about to. They did get cut off, right? Shit happens, right? Money was funny, right? Going to where you can have some $1,000 days or $2,000 days type situation in different, you know, businesses, right? And now taking on this new journey, you know, that I'm learning to trade, going to where I'm going from a demo account to now a live account. I actually made $100 today in my live account. It wasn't just demo. Like, that takes time, but it takes the effort, and it takes these things that I'm showing you guys today, right? That other people are not going to mention to you because they know that the majority of people, not everybody, majority of people are going to run away. What you mean attend I just got off work. What you mean attend the training? I ain't showing up for that, D. Right? Okay? Well, look at your results. Just look at your results, right? And that's going to tell the story. It's going to tell the story, all right? How about this? Homework assignments. Who here doesn't like homework assignments, right? Like, you might go to a training, right? Or go to a seminar, whatever, and they assign you some homework, right? They say, hey, I want you to have this done, XYZ done, you know, by XYZ date. Like, when I have my weekly sessions inside of my marketing group, typically, not every time, but typically I'll assign homework, right? I'll say, hey, you know, it'll be on a Monday, right? And I'll say, hey, you got till Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And like clockwork, I'm not even lying to you, y'all. Like clockwork, I can tell you who's going to, I'll say with about 90 to 95% accuracy, I can tell you who's going to complete that homework assignment. And no, I'm not going to follow up with people and say, hey, did you do your homework? Hey, did you do your homework? No, I'm going to acknowledge that a person did their homework, right? You know what I mean? But with about 90 to 95% accuracy, I can tell you who's going to complete that homework. And I also want to tell you that same person, or there's a couple people who do routinely complete their homework, those people are seeing increase in their business. And no, I'm not trying to tell you that it's because, oh, they're seeing increase because they're doing my homework. You know what I mean? That I assigned. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because they're doing it. It doesn't matter who assigned it. It doesn't matter if their other business, you know, that they're in assigned it. It doesn't matter who assigned it. It's the fact that they're doing it. That's what I mean. It doesn't matter if they get it right. It's the fact that they're doing it. See what I'm saying? The fact that they're doing it and they're getting seeing increase in growth in their business. Okay, whether it be financially, whether it be they're getting more leads, whether it be they're getting more clarity, they're understanding more things. And I guarantee you that beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I see their results. I talk to them and I see their results. I ain't making this up, y'all. I ain't making this up. I don't say nobody. A lot of people just don't bring it to you this way because they know what'll happen. As soon as they start talking about homework assignment, what? I don't want to sign up for that. I got to do homework. What am I in school? Yo, we need to be. We need to be in school, right? Like, I'm so serious. Children out here can do a better job than a lot of us adults are doing, talking about we want to run a business online. You know why? Because children are in the habit of doing things. They're in a habit of following routine. They're in a habit of, okay, I got to do this each day, so let me go ahead and do it. Right? They're in the habit of doing it. So you need to be like you in school, right? I'm just keeping it 100 with you because I'm letting you know what we do, right? People who are seeing increase, what we do, right? And no, I'm not saying that they do it every single day once they get there, right? But this is what we do on our process to get there, man. This is some serious stuff, right? But then as soon as someone says, oh yeah, you got to do homework, crickets. Nobody don't want to do the homework. I ain't gonna say nobody, excuse me, because we do have people who want to do the homework, right? But then a lot of people who want to shy away from it, don't want to do it. But then you're looking at your results. Your results are gonna tell the truth. If you started off at, $100 a month in your online business, right? Or you started zero. Everybody started zero. $0 a month in your online business, right? And then you still at zero. Okay. Or let's say it's 2 years down the road and you're at $100 a month. Yeah, you saw an increase. Right? But the rate of increase that you saw is equivalent to what you did not do. I mean, it's like actually like the inverse, if you will, right? It's like the opposite of what you did not do. And some of these things are the things that we didn't do. We were shying away from, right? We were trying to avoid. We were only trying to go towards the people who were telling us we didn't have to do these things. And there's a reason for that. Guys, I promise you, there's a reason why people try and tell you that everything is easy. You ain't got to do no homework. You ain't got to attend no training at odd hours. There's only 3 steps to this. There's reasons, y'all. And I'm not saying that those reasons are wrong. I'm not saying that people are wrong for that. I'm just trying to tell y'all the truth, right? Because I use that too in some of my marketing, right? It's marketing, y'all. Y'all going to keep buying because y'all going to keep falling for the okie doke. If y'all want, and there's nothing wrong with buying, but if you buying and applying, that's different. If you buying and not applying, so therefore you're not getting anywhere and you just keep buying, yeah, thanks, great. I keep making commissions and other people keep making commissions, but if y'all ain't figured it out by now, I ain't in it just for me. I'm in it for me, but not just for me. Right? This is why I'll spill the tea on what the real deal is when other people will just, not saying everybody, but some people won't spill the tea and they'll just keep collecting. Why will I spill the tea? Because we all can collect. There is no finite number of money, right? It's infinite. We all can win. Pay attention. I'm just giving y'all the feedback from the way I see it from what I've been through, right? How about this? Reading PDFs, right? How many of you said, like some people will give us training, right? And we love videos. A lot of us, we're visual learners and this is what we tell ourselves. And, it's cool. I love watching videos too, right? Excuse me. Versus reading PDFs. Boo, so what you going to do? When they give you a PDF to read, you're just not going to read it. You just not going to, a lot of us just don't read it. I've been guilty of it too. So I'm not coming to you guys. I'm telling you like, oh, you're bad, and I didn't never do that. No, I'm telling you about the mistakes that I made and how I had to see that they were mistakes, right? How I had to learn, right? Had to learn that it was a mistake by the results that I didn't get, right? So for example, so in this training that I'm doing, right? And it's a whole project. Like training is ongoing. Like I never stop training, right? Because I gotta learn, right? I gotta learn, period, right? So in this training, right? You know, I just joined this other training, and the first thing the fella sends, you know, when I paid my tuition, first thing the fella sends is a whole bunch of links for a lot of videos and some PDFs, and I'm like, PDFs, who uses those, right? You know what I mean? But then, right, that's what I said at first, right? PDFs, who uses those, right? You know, but then I'm like, I guess I'll be using them damn PDFs, right? You know what I mean? So yes, I gotta read these PDFs, and I've already started reading the PDFs and watching the videos, but I gotta read these PDFs, right? So while you're up there trying to shy away because, oh, well, I don't want, that's long, man. I don't want to read that long thing. Are you for real? Are you for real? Right? You don't want to read this, whatever you call long thing, right? But yet you're gonna tell yourself that you want to go from $0 if you're at zero, wherever you're at, right? You want to go from 0 to 20,000 a month. But yet, you know, one of your trainers or you know, companies that train you, whatever the case may be, gave you some PDFs to read, right? And you talk about you ain't gonna read the PDFs, right? And then you go wind up asking questions that are on the PDF. That's like the worst. You go asking questions that are already covered on the PDF. You the one not being real with yourself. You the one not being realistic, right? On what you want based upon what you're giving. But these are things that we overlook because we think, oh, well, man, I just want the easy stuff. I just watch a few videos and I should get it. And then we wonder why we didn't get it. And then we're like, well, man, that training sucked. That's what it was, man. The training wasn't good. I'm learning better over here. But what do your results say? You might be hype over there, but what do your results say? What do your results say? If your results are showing you the same darn thing that they were showing you 2 months ago, 4 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, then all you done bought was a hype sandwich. You fed yourself some hype sandwich. You ate your hype sandwich, right? All right. And here's the last one right here of things that we, you know, really don't like. Videos over 15 minutes, right? Now, how many times have you said to yourself, man, you know what I'm saying? I would watch that replay, but man, that replay be long. I've said it before too. I'm 100 with you, but I'm going to tell you what I had to start doing. Okay. I had to say, you know what? If I didn't catch it live, you know, and I really try and catch stuff live, but if I didn't catch it live, I say, okay, that video is what, like an hour and a half, 2 hours long. Let me put that on my DMO, my daily method of operation, to set time aside to watch that, right? So that I can actually watch this. Guys, and no, it's not about, well, man, it'd be long and I'd be falling asleep. Because I have you know, at least one teammate. They're like, man, yeah, man. I was like, man, did you watch the video? You know, I said, have you started watching the training videos? Because, you know, they're trading with me, right? And I was telling them the videos I watched and the impact it was having. I said, man, did you watch those videos? Yeah, I tried to. I'm like, what you mean you tried to? Well, man, I tried, and then it's so long, so I just fell asleep. I said, okay, cool. Did you, you know, pick back up where you left off the next day? Well, I tried to, and then I fell asleep again. Okay, well, did you pick back up? Needless to say, like a week later, the video wasn't complete. Okay. Your results are going to show. Your results are going to show. It's going to be a reflection of what you're doing, right? So yes, there's videos that are, most of the training videos that I actually watch are longer than 15 minutes, whether it's for marketing. I don't care if it's, you know, like email marketing. I don't care any type of stuff. Most of the stuff that I watch is over 15 minutes, right? And especially, you know, with even the marketing stuff that we do, our stuff, like when they do it on Wednesdays, our stuff is like it's like an hour. I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. You know what I mean? If I miss it, and you know, I miss it live for a particular reason, right? There was one that they had maybe about not 2 months ago. It was like a month ago. They had about a month ago, right? And It went a little long. It was like maybe an hour and 15 minutes. I was there the whole time because I already knew if I wouldn't have been there, I would have had to watch the replay because it was some really good information they were going to put out. They told us, and I said, yo, I need to watch that, right? So I would have had to watch the replay. No matter how many times I fell asleep, I had to watch the replay, right? As I'm going through and I'm learning to trade, right? Every single video back there, once you get past the basic area, right? The basic stuff that they teach you, but when they start teaching you the more in-depth stuff, right? All of them videos is like an hour and maybe like an hour and a half, right? All of them videos like an hour and a half. And it's a lot of them. So what I be doing? Playing that dang on video. If I fall asleep, it's okay. When I get up, I play it again. It's okay. I keep on playing it, right? I keep on playing it, right? Because these are the things that need to be done. So you can be up there talking about, well, dear, I don't want to watch your replay, man, because your replays be so long. Okay. Because sometimes my replays do get long because there's a lot of things that I need to cover in that section. Like I did one for my team Saturday, and I try and keep it around like an hour, but it was just some things I needed to cover. And it wound up being like 2 hours. I know the people who showed up live was very thankful, but the ones who didn't, the replay's there. And okay, ask me one of them questions that's on that video, and I'm going to point you right to it because this is what's required, yo. This is what's required. I don't care what they're trying to tell you. Look at your results based on what they're trying to tell you, based on what they're trying to feed you, that everything is going to be a quick little 15-minute video and that's it. Look at your results because that's not what they did. They did not just only watch a video if it was only 15, 20 minutes long. They didn't do that to get to their 6, 7, and 8 figures. They didn't do that. But they're going to feed you that load of crap, and it's not because they're bad people or anything, but it's because it's what you will eat up. It's what you'll keep on eating up, and you'll keep on buying. Boop, 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 boop. Right? You'll keep on buying, keep on eating it up, and look at your results. I can tell you, I can prove to you, right? From things that I've seen, not just myself, but some of my teammates, right? The ones who show up, not just to my stuff, right? Because some of them have joined things that I'm a part of as well that I know those videos are more than 20 minutes, right? Those marketing trainings more than 20 minutes, right? And I can tell the ones who show up for those different trainings that they're into. I can tell. Those are the ones who I'm seeing, if they're marketing on Facebook, I'm seeing their profile has changed. I'm seeing what they're posting has changed. I'm seeing their income has grown. Instead of going from they ain't making a sale online to they making $100, $200, $300, $1,000. I see it, man. So I'm not just talking about, they're making that because it's showing up to my stuff. No, they're making it because they're showing up to whatever it is that you're involved in. They're showing up. They're not worried about the video only being 15 minutes, right? And then when they miss it, they catch the replay. How I know? They be like, replay, hashtag replay. You can be like, they're just probably doing it. Nah. Because then when we're talking about the subject, they know exactly what I said in the training. So like, ain't no faking it, right? The results are going to show. The results are going to show, guys. But these are some of the things I just want to bring to you, and I'll go through them again. Lectures that aren't entertaining, entertain yourself. It ain't on the entertainer to entertain you, right? It ain't on, they're presented to entertain you, right? Many moving parts. Yes, business has moving parts. Is what it is, right? Embrace it, take it step by step. We got this, right? Training at our times, yes, it's not always going to be on your dime, on your time. It's not always going to be like that, right? Show up, like maneuver your schedule, you know what I mean? And everything like that. Okay, you just got off of work. Oh, here's what it is. Do you want to stay where you're at? Or do you want to increase, man? What you want to do? Homework assignments, do them. If you're in someone's group or in someone's training or whatever, and they assign some homework, do it. Even if it's wrong, right? You can get some feedback so you can correct it, but do it. I'm telling you, when you start making this effort, you will start seeing different results. You start seeing better results, right? In your business. I dare you to try it and tell me you don't see no results. I dare you to try these things right here, looking at them differently, and come back, in 2 months and talk about you don't see no results in your business. I dare you. I dare you, right? Reading PDFs and videos over 15 minutes, guys. Okay, let's see what we got here. The fact that they are up and implementing. Yes, sis, that's what I'm talking about. Excuse me. The fact that they are up and implementing is what matters. Yes, it is the taking action, even if it's imperfect action, because it ain't never going to be perfect, y'all. Let's just be real. We're never going to do perfect action because we're not perfect human beings. We're perfectly made, but we're not perfect human beings, and that is okay. Because ain't none of these people who win it, myself included, are perfect. You don't gotta be, right? But we're up implementing. That's what matters. Absolutely, absolutely. What's going on, Brad? Thanks for tuning in. Said this video was for me for sure. I don't know who Facebook user is, but I'm so glad this video was for you. What's going on, Chastity? Thanks for tuning in. And that's what I'm talking about. Makes sense. If you buy, you should apply. Yes. You buy it, apply it. Just go ahead and apply it. That's all I'm talking about, guys. That's all I'm talking about, right? So if this has found you in such a situation where you're like, man, this is some value, I'm appreciating this thing, put down in the comments, put value bomb. Put down in the comments, say value bomb. Because I love to hear, or see that the things that I'm doing are making a difference, right? And I'm watching y'all results, right? If y'all be showing up, I be seeing y'all name and I'm watching. It's not to watch you to judge you. It's to watch you, right? To see, because it's like this. People who take action, they're more likely to get more help. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. I ain't got time to be out there trying to, you know what I'm saying, hunt down people and offer them help, and they ain't even doing that. They ain't even doing that to help themselves. Like, that ain't how that go. That ain't how that goes. There's tons of people who need help. So the people who are taking action, right, and I see it, right, because a lot of y'all I do see, right, well, okay, not a lot of y'all. I see some of y'all, right? But when I see it, I guarantee people will tell you that, I hit them up like, hey, how's that going? Yo, I saw you did this or whatever, I had an idea that might help you out. Like, just hit them up, boom, 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 I'm out. Right? No, I ain't talking about no long, 1 hour session or whatever the case may be, but boom, 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 this might help, boom, I'm out. Right? Or show some support, like, yo, that was a nice post. I like that. Then boom, I may post in my group, hey, such and such put up a post about this. This is how you can rearrange that and even use it and make it even better, or use it differently. Not saying that what they were doing was wrong, but use it differently, like giving tips like that. But you do that for people who are doing something for themselves. That's what you do. You feel me? All right? That's what I'm talking about. Value bomb. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Other than that, guys, y'all already know. Check me out on YouTube. If you haven't unsubscribed to my channel, go ahead. Check me out, D-Card Lady, over on YouTube. Definitely share this video out. Show me some love, some likes, some hearts, and all that good stuff. All right. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Every week we doing this, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Make sure y'all bring some questions for me. Hey, I got some answers, even if the answer is Google it. I got some answers. Other than that, y'all already know. This is Coach D. What we're going to do at the end of each day, y'all, we're going to take this ride to the promised land. All right? And we